So this is about where we got to last time, and we managed to achieve this incredible result. Wow. Quite a long-winded way to make a light come on. There's easier ways to make lights come on. But now we've got to this point, there's quite a lot of stuff we can easily do. But before we do that, there's one thing we have to do first, which is disconnect everything. Take all the leads out and start again. I'm going to do it the easy way, like this. There we go. Now, the reason I said to do that is because you've got to learn how all this stuff works, and the more times you do it, the better. So I really would recommend every time you try something, every time you come at this again, disconnect and start again. Instead of just looking at the pictures, looking at the videos and freezing it and going, right, the red one goes here and the blue one goes there, whatever. You want to actually think about what it is you're doing. What are these connections? What are they for? So red for positive. And just remind yourself, go over in your mind about what it is each lead and each connection is for. This is for the positive connection for the battery. This is for the negative connection from the battery pack to your crumble. And then actually we're just going to leave it there. We'll put the sparkle back on soon, but maybe we'll try the motor first, because I know we are making buggies here, and you guys are probably eager to have a go. The motors are very easy to get going. I've put a cable tie just so you can see the direction of the motor a bit more easily. So remember, the motors are in the bottom section. I'm going to connect it the right way around, negative to positive, and you'll see how easy it is to get these things going. You don't need a data connection for the motors. Let's just switch it on. Program start, motor 1 forward, and go. Programming successful, but my motor's not turning. Of course, I've connected to motor 2. You can see the red light has come on for motor 1. This is quite handy to show you. Back to the code, click on that to motor 2, do it again. Oh no, my motor's off, see? It's got a mind of its own. This is the problem with the motors. This is why it's kind of better. Right, if your motor goes AWOL, just reach for the off switch. Don't go to the computer. You're in charge of the technology, right? And if that thing goes out of control, it can eat itself up and break your leads, and you lose your deposit and everything. This is why I'd recommend really learning the basics with a sparkle. When your motors are kind of fixed onto a box on either side, they'll behave themselves better. But if you do want to try them, just put them on the back like that. You can see what's going on. All right, so let's switch it on though. So that's the way it's going, motor 2 forward. Okay, so let's stop that. And then obviously I can select motor 1 and motor 2 by just clicking on it. And similarly, I can just go forward, reverse and stop. So let's go back to forward as it was before. Remember which direction the wheel's going. It's going that way. And now I'm going to take off the positive and negative and swap them over. So if you did that on a sparkle or on many other motors or other things, it just wouldn't work. But if we reverse the polarity here, this motor now, if it's still going forwards, is actually going to go in reverse. Whoa! There it goes again. So we can change the direction either on the code like that, or physically on the hardware by reversing the polarity. And that's going to be useful later on. When you come to mount your wheels onto a buggy, remember they're going to be facing away from each other. Probably. You might have some weird design, but they'll probably be like that. So they're going to be opposite. So if they're both going the same direction, they're going to be going in opposite directions, and your buggy will just turn around, spin around in circles, which is quite fun for a few seconds. So let's get rid of that now. You can have a go with that. Just be careful it doesn't damage your stuff. And you can start building your own amazing designs. But I just want to show you a couple of things with the sparkle. We're going to get rid of the motor. Set sparkles 0 to red again. And there we go. Click on the color square. There's a color wheel. There's sliders. This is quite nice because you can try seeing what happens when you adjust the primary colors. Do you know there's a load of different stuff you can do with colors, and I'm not going to go too far into it because we're doing buggies. What happens if I press 2? So let's try. It's gone red. It's gone red, but no sign of the green. Okay, so let's get a little, wait 1 second, stick it in the middle. There we go. Bit of a weak green now, isn't it? So let's choose a stronger one. Just go on the basic colours here. Now, if you put it on blue, let's put it on blue instead. This is a good indicator of if your LED if your battery pack is running out, because that'll be the first thing to show that you're running out of juice. If your blue doesn't look very blue, then you need to replace or recharge your batteries. So it should go blue, wait for a second, then go red, which it is. And then it stays there. Let's just introduce something else here that is our friend, and that is the Do Forever loop. I'm going to stick one of these up here, right under the program start, and that does exactly what you might think. It's just everything inside that block is going to loop around forever. You've got to start thinking a bit like a computer, and they're pretty stupid. So it just reads each command in turn and then goes back and does it. It doesn't make any assumptions. So where's our red? Well, if you look very, very closely, you might be able to see just a flicker there, because it's going blue, waiting for a second, going red, and then immediately in a millisecond going back to the start again. So we need to put another little gap to keep it on red for a bit. Like that. So now we've got 1 second on, 1 second off. And obviously you can change the times, you can change the colors. If you go on control, you can do it in the control tab here. Let me just stop that. You've got milliseconds as well, so you can see what happens when you get it to change after 1 millisecond, stuff like that.